Hello and welcome to today's trip report as we travel from Wellington to Auckland on Air New Zealand. Well, welcome on board ZK-OJS on NZ412. The aircraft today that we are on is ZK-OJS, and it was one of the last of Air New Zealand's initial order for the A320, and it is one of only a couple domestic aircraft that do not feature Airbus's Sharklets. It rolled out of Airbus's final assembly line in Toulouse in 2011. As you can see, ZK-NES has just begun starting its engines and it is on its way to Gisborne. Here we have a Jetstar A320, which is currently being pushed back. Registration is VH-VFT.
Pleasure on behalf of your crew. Welcome on board Flight 412 bound for Auckland. Just clearing up an engineering issue that should be done within the next 5 or so minutes. And after that, closing up and departing here in Wellington towards the north, climbing to 35,000 feet at a flight time of 50 minutes. Forecast to be fairly smooth, clear conditions through to Auckland. At the moment in Auckland, they've got a light southwesterly breeze, scattered clouds, temperature of 80 degrees Celsius. I'll come back to you later on in the flight with an update on the weather conditions and arrival time. In the meantime, make yourselves comfortable, enjoy the flight with us.
The New Zealand Government and Air New Zealand requires you to wear a face covering while travelling with us today. We do have face masks on board if you require a mask or a change of mask. Please let the flight attendants know if you intend to move seats during the cruise for contact tracing purposes. And if you do need to move about, please keep a safe distance from one another. Please also avoid congregating in or near the galleys or toilets. Your door. If the aircraft door is now closed, ensure your seatbelt is fastened. Approved lightweight handheld electronic devices may be used at any time, however these must be switched to flight mode now. Although Wi-Fi is not available on this aircraft, you're welcome to use Bluetooth after selecting flight mode to Bluetooth on. Flight attendants, check your doors closed. Flight attendants, arm your door. Kia ora and welcome aboard this flight shortly bound for Auckland. My name is Rebecca, your in-flight service manager, and it is my pleasure on behalf of your crew to welcome you on board the Star Alliance flight operated by Air New Zealand. Civil aviation rules require that you comply with all crew instructions and signs all aboard this aircraft. To prepare for takeoff, you must now stow away your tray table. Ensure your seat back is upright, armrests are lowered and window shades are open. Please do check children's fingers and toes are well clear of any moving parts. Now we are about to explain the safety procedures for this aircraft. It is important you give this your full attention even if you do fly with us often. All headphones must be removed for the safety demonstration. Thank you, flight attendants. Go to your safety briefing positions.
Of the 7 wonders of the world, none are in New Zealand. So today, let's make submissions for the 8th. And the obvious choice is Milford Sound.
There's more than just the north and south.
Whoa. Why don't we visit some of these places?
That way, you can see them for yourselves.
Are we going to be in a safety video?
Kia ora.
Designated signs. All loose items should be stowed in the overhead locker or under the seat in front of you. Seat belts fit low and tight across your hips. To your seat and buckle up.
If an emergency were to happen during takeoff or landing, tighten your seatbelts and place your forehead against the seat in front. Put your feet back and firmly on the floor and hold your lower legs. If there's no seat in front of you, or it's too far away, put one hand over the other on top of your head, elbows on either side of your legs, feet back and firmly on the floor.
Okay, my submission is the coolest eighth wonder there is. See what I mean?
Australis.
If we need to evacuate the aircraft, emergency escape path lighting will show you the way to the exit.
Eighth wonder of the world is known as Te Wāhi Tūtahi o Tau, ka kitea te whitino o tērā. This is going on my brand.
So, do we have a decision?
Franz Joseph Glacier.
New Zealand! It's the whole country!
Aotearoa. The eighth wonder of the world.
Works for me.
Yes, they are.
As you can see, there's so many wonders in Aotearoa.
And to all our passengers, thanks for flying Air New Zealand.
Next on the agenda, yeah, nah. Does it mean yeah or nah?
Flight attendants must now be seated for takeoff.
Takeoff today is on runway 34 at Wellington, soon to be International Airport. It is now safe to use the large approved electronic devices, including laptops. We do ask that personal electronic devices are used with headphones or in silent mode. It is our pleasure to have you all on board. We now invite you to sit back, relax and enjoy the flight. Apart from the Kiora magazine, there's the Air New Zealand Domestic Configuration A320 safety card and motion sickness bags. The seat features an adjustable tray table, which is moving backwards and forwards to enable better positions, as well as a small net to keep your belongings in. As you would have seen at the start of today's video, there was no shot for the Corrie Lounge. That was because I was rather rushed as I arrived at the airport a little later than I hoped. However, I have done some of my in-flight BYO in-flight catering, and I've managed to get myself from the Corrie Lounge a little bit of yogurt and compote. As New Zealanders at Alert Level 1, Air New Zealand provide their domestic snack service consisting of water, tea or coffee and a biscuit or corn chips. In this case they have done an Anzac biscuit. For my foreign viewers, Anzac biscuits were produced to send overseas to people fighting in World War I. They have since become a staple during the month of April. New Zealand's in-flight magazine Kiora provides the in-flight entertainment as Air New Zealand have not got personal screens on their domestic configured aircraft. They instead have overhead main screens which usually play an in-flight quiz. However, at the moment it seems to be more of a selection of infomercials. At the back of the Kiora magazine is my personal favourite part, which is the Insider. Contains a bunch of profiles on Air New Zealand, their staff, and eventually their route map, showing our flight from Wellington to Auckland, as well as their main international route, and of course their fleet. Their fleet goes from the soon-to-be phased out Q300 all the way up to the currently invictable in Southern California 777-300ER. Today, however, we are on a A320 CEO, which stands for current engine option. These are currently being replaced by the A320 and A321neo, or new engine option. Prior to landing, the cabin crew distribute some landing lollies. These aid with the decompression of the cabin during landing.
They'll be on the ground there and about quarter to 10, just about the aircraft. Weather in Auckland is forecast a light southwesterly breeze, so visibility of 30 kilometres there. Forecasted the odd showers start coming through about now. Scattered clouds and 18 degrees Celsius. On behalf of Air New Zealand, from Starlight, so it's been our pleasure to bring you home and trust you enjoy the flight. And we do wish you a very pleasant day.
Captain is instructed us to review the cabin for landing. For those of you who have changed seats during this flight, please inform the flight attendant. All things including large electronic devices such as laptops must now be stowed. Must all wear your tray table, lower your armrests, open the window shades and ensure your seat back is upright. Please do check children's fingers and toes when all clear of any moving parts, and finally ensure your seatbelt is securely fastened. sign is turned off. Also do be careful when opening the overhead lockers as items could fall out. It is now safe for the transmitting functions on your electronic devices to be turned on. Well, we do hope you have enjoyed your flight with us today from all of the team. Thank you for flying Air New Zealand on the Star Alliance Network. Do take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and we look forward to seeing you again. Mā te wā.
Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I will see you in the next one.